What's up, y'all? It's your girl Shaunie B, and if you're cool with me, fool with me, you're locked into another show with Shaunie B and guests. Today is the 25th of August, y'all. Time is flying by, but you know that I use this extension of my show to show love, entertain, and of course educate people that support me. So I am sharing this platform today with three people that support me, and of course the support is returned. Just quick FYI, you can call in. The number is 203-802-5694. The topic today is motherhood and the sacrifices. I know a lot of you guys can relate to that. A lot of you guys don't know you're pregnant yet, but when you finally get there, you'll be joining this lovely thing we call motherhood. So my guest, I'm going to let you introduce yourself, starting with you.
Hello, my name is Deborah, and I've known Shaunie B for many, many, many years, so I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. Slide on down.
I am Keisha Simone, Southern Belle, and I am honored to be on this plateau with these beautiful women. Yes. And Shaunie be having me today. Thank you.
All right, come on, slide on down again.
All right, my name is Devin Tony. Known Shaunie B since back in the Little Rock days. I grew up knowing her.
Little Rock
Basically family. Yeah, blessed to be here.
Thank you guys again for coming. So you're probably wondering what made me put together these beautiful group of women. We all have one thing in common. We have children. And the sacrifices, raising them and wearing the many hats out here is why I wanted to bring this show together, because somebody's looking and saying, man, my story is different. No, we just handle it different. We wear it differently. So that's what we're going to do today. We're actually going to get into the game first, because we got to get in these people's business. They don't know. They didn't know. This ain't going to be no serious show. The first half is always getting into their business. K Boogie, cue the music, please. This is called Tell Us a Little More About You, where you actually get the chance to let me get all in your business, and you win absolutely nothing. So here we go.
That was not part of the deal.
I didn't tell them this part.
I didn't know that.
Should have read the small print in the text message.
Wow.
So I'm going to ask you guys some or type of situations, and you tell me what suits you, and if you want to explain why, that's fine. Would you prefer blind dating or speed dating? Boom.
Speed dating,
Okay.
for sure.
Why would you pick it over blind dating?
Because I don't want to go on a blind date. I want to see what I'm dealing with.
Okay. Keisha Simone. Blind dating.
They're blind dating.
Blind dating?
Yeah,
Okay, you like to live on the edge.
I do. I'm a daredevil.
Okay. Speedy Gonzalez. Boom. Devin, blind dating or speed dating?
Debs, that speed dating thing,
Yeah.
I want to see them.
Yeah.
No.
And if you don't like them, you can just scoot over to the
Yeah,
next
and
person.
just keep it moving.
Yeah,
And I
that's
got
true.
many options.
And you have several options.
Yeah.
all at once.
Right. I don't know. Blind date?
The blind date, basically, you give time to get to know the person instead of speeding through it. Because a person can always put their best foot forward.
They could be a killer
True.
too, though. And then
Right.
you're gone. I'm
Somebody
the
mass murder, and by the time you speed through them, you done went through the murderer, the chopper,
You're true. I'm gonna have to say neither for me.
Right.
Now, do you say auntie like AUNTIE or auntie like AUNTY?
Auntie.
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 Ain't he?
Okay, let me
That
see.
Arkansas.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I say auntie.
Yes.
Yeah, I say auntie. Yeah.
It depends on who I'm dealing with. Because, like, if my aunt's name has 2 syllables, I'd be like, ain't T.
Oh, she's deep.
Like, Auntie Jan. Like,
Yeah.
it depends on the syllable. What feel right.
I was about to ask you were you high, but I wasn't.
Whoa. You know what I mean. Whatever feel right when I say it.
I got you. Do you prefer ice cream or a popsicle?
Ice cream.
I'm an ice cream girl.
Bluebell.
Okay.
That's just it. Bluebell. I don't care what way it comes.
You like Bluebell. You haven't had Cold Stone yet.
I had it, but it wasn't
popular?
Bluebell. It wasn't Bluebell. I grew up on Bluebell.
I gotta go with the popsicle because there's only so many flavors of ice cream that I do like. So popsicle I can do all day, any day. White chocolate or chocolate? And when I say chocolate, I mean dark or whatever.
Milk.
Milk chocolate.
Milk.
I'm allergic to chocolate, so none of the
Oh my
above.
God.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Got you.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Milk chocolate.
Milk.
Right.
I gotta go with that white chocolate. I heard it ain't real, but that's okay.
Same
I'll
real.
tolerate it. They say it's not real. They say it's artificial. It's fake.
Really?
That's what they say. Would you like to be the approacher when you're trying to talk to somebody and tell them you like them, or like to be approached?
I like to be approached.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm old school. I like to be approached.
Okay.
Yeah, I approached.
Yeah.
The Bible says.
Oh, come on.
I mean,
Finds
the
a
finds
good
of
thing.
life. Come on, find
Amen.
it.
The Bible
right.
says.
I probably like to be approached because I am scared of rejection. So I would,
Yeah.
nah, you're not finna embarrass me. Online shopping or in-store shopping?
In-store shopping.
Ooh, schedule online. I
Online?
just got through shopping in the car.
Okay, that's good. Did you hit submit and hit your bass card and put in the I'm not a robot? That's what's up.
Get all the street confirmation.
Yes, yes.
In store.
In-store, it's certain stores I like to go to, but lately, because it's just been real hectic with people and the trust issues I have with society, I'm straight online shopping. You just gotta monitor when your package gonna get there. You don't know if it's gonna get stolen or not.
Name that.
Now, would you rather have big breast or a big butt?
Wait a minute. I don't know.
Both. Can we choose both?
You can choose both. That's an option.
Yeah.
So you want to be
Both.
double proportioned.
Yeah.
Okay, giving him the best work.
Can I give you a crazy answer?
Yeah, sure.
Because I do have both, neither.
Ooh.
Because sometimes those things become issues when you want to get enough certain issues. Because I've been
pants
trying on
don't
dresses
fit.
for the last 2 weeks for my event Saturday, and I still don't have a dress because it don't come over this or it don't go over
Well,
this.
listen, you just got. I don't know what you can do with that. You don't have to wear a blanket. Just wear a blanket.
Just wear a blanket.
Booty or boobs?
I don't really care where it falls as long as it's proportioned. Top and
Okay,
bottom.
so you don't want to
no.
fall
If I
over.
got semi good up top, let me be semi good on the bottom.
I would go with the butt. I have to. Y'all better not say
Too
nothing.
late.
You already
You already got it.
That's not a question.
That part.
Next question: would you like bone-in chicken or boneless chicken?
Chicken wings?
Like chicken wings, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I need the bone in.
Bone-in, okay.
I'm boneless.
Boneless?
Because I like to cut everything up. I'm an articulate person. I don't like nothing in my teeth. So if I cut it up, I know it's small enough
So
to where I
you
can just-
fancy.
No.
Little bit. That's what they say I like.
I just like to cut stuff up, and you can't cut it if it's a bone there.
You chew around the bone. Devin, bone-in or boneless?
It depends on where I'm eating because you can't be at your desk sucking on a chicken bone like
Hello.
You can do
And
whatever
I'm-
you want.
No, I eat at my desk. Like I
too.
skip lunch and they be like, "Damn, what's going on around that corner?" I don't need those questions.
So it just depends for you.
Yeah, it depends on where I'm at.
I got to have that bone-in. I can't do boneless. It reminds me of a chicken nugget, and it just makes me angry.
Exactly.
A bald-headed chicken wing.
Oh my gosh, why I gotta be bald-headed?
It is
I know,
for ladies.
right?
Listen, fellas, I ain't trying to throw no shade, but this is definitely for you guys. Would you prefer circumcised or uncircumcised?
Oh,
I don't know. I have to say I don't know because I've never had an uncircumcised.
Should I send one to your phone?
Oh my God.
If you want to, I mean,
Hilarious.
I am kind of curious, so I'm not gonna be bothered by that. But no, I don't know the difference. So
You know a kolache?
you know.
yes,
So picture if you just
All
keep
that
pulling
skin.
that bread back on the kolache.
if you do the work, then I'm good. If you pull it back, I'm not gonna have a problem.
All right, she's satisfied. All right, Kish Simone.
No, definitely circumcised. I can't do the non-circumcised.
Devin.
I don't know if there are any church members listening to this,
I know.
but I did not open myself
Yeah,
up
we
for
were
this.
supposed to be talking about children and being a mother.
Oh, that's how the child got here.
Yeah, honestly, I think
Hello.
I've mostly been with uncircumcised, so
Good
I'm
choice.
fine with that extra skin. Like, roll it
really?
back. I don't know why. This is what I'm used to.
Girl.
Oh.
We gonna,
It's just what I'm
we gonna be
used
looking at him
to.
like.
So, I mean, it'd be different if I had some circumcised situations.
Situations?
Then,
Yeah, that's true.
Okay,
No, I got to go with the circumcised. I ain't got time to be doing one of these. No. And then I heard, I don't know. I heard it got like a little latent bacteria in there.
no,
no, yeah.
Well, they did say that you, when you're not circumcised, it's hard to clean because the skin it takes up more of it. So you got to be really careful.
Okay, let me clarify. Uncircumcised and clean, because I can't do it dirty. That's nasty.
Okay. Yeah.
That's too far.
You just changed my view about you today. She's out of the crew, guys.
But I love
Be
you.
kicked out. All right, Kate Boogie, thank you so much. That's just to get in you guys'
was fun.
business. I
That
never
was
tell
fun.
you guys what
That
the
was
questions
fun.
are, or you'll be prepared. So, on a more serious note, we're going to get into the topic, motherhood and the sacrifices. So, I had each of these women because we do similar things in different lifespans. So for me, I would be the married entertainer balancing, raising my 3-year-old. Then we have Deborah. Then Deborah, kind of give them an idea of your lifestyle.
Well, I have 2 grown kids and 1 granddaughter. She actually just turned 3, and I have 1 on the way. So I'm kind of like in the middle of my transition from raising my kids, and now I'm in a transition of getting them into adulthood, and now I have grandbabies, but I didn't really get no break. So I went straight from raising kids to now helping with the grandkids. So I'm still kind of like trying to figure out how to be me, because once you're a mother for a while, you're trying to figure out who you are as a person. Right? You're always a mother, no matter how old they get. But my transition right now is trying to figure out who I am as a woman without my kids living in the household, but then also helping them raise their kids. So that's where I'm at right now.
So that's exactly, like I said, I picked these individuals because all of our stories are similar, but the situations are quite different. So Keisha, Simone, go ahead and let them know your situation of, how you're a mother and what your particular sacrifices are.
Mine is, like you said, quite different because I've been in the industry for over 19 years. So my oldest son is 22, and he basically was my industry baby. You know what I mean? I had a lot of help at that time. My father, my brothers, and things of that nature. Well, in the midst of it, all of them have passed away. So, with mothers, you have your team, you have your village, and then when that village is gone, okay, where's my village? You know what I mean? And then now LJ doesn't have that luxury of having that village, but I have to be the village.
There you have it.
And with being an entertainer and then having a sports, like you have the different things you have to figure out, and we don't have a choice but to figure it out. There's no option D and E. We got A or A or A. We got to have it done, and we got to get it done, and we got to do it at the best way that fits our children.
There you have it.
That's my story with a 7 and a 22-year-old.
Okay, y'all looking good, by the way, and I'm not joking. Thank you. Ooh, Lord, y'all looking fine. Y'all trying to get chose. They're trying to get chose on my show, and they're gonna have to pay a fee for this.
You gotta stay ready.
You gotta stay ready.
Stay ready.
You ain't
gotta
lying.
stay ready.
You ain't
That
lying.
is true.
And Devin, kind of give them a backdrop of your story and your child's age.
I'm the baby of the room. I'm only 32.
Okay,
My
girl.
daughter is 11.
How are you the baby? I'm 21.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
The DJ said
We
she's
don't-
19.
We don't lie on Sundays.
Oh,
Stop it.
Sunday is Monday somewhere.
But yeah, single mother. Father's really never been involved, so it's been just me for 11 years. In the process of working full time, and I want to get back in school and trying to let her do everything that she wants to do and bring her up with more opportunities than we had back in Little Rock. And
I love it.
And then in the process of trying to start a nonprofit organization, so it's just a lot going on, but I'll make it.
But you make it.
I'm heavy in church, so I
That's
just
good.
left church, got done.
And
Hallelujah.
Me
Oh
too.
Lord, they broke me down in the church house, but that's okay.
That's right.
Like, it keeps me grounded. It keeps me able to press on every day, and I have to teach that to my daughter so that she knows
Yeah, she have a
that
girl.
you can't give
That's
up.
right.
Exactly.
right.
And I don't want to raise. I don't want to raise no weak female.
That's
I
right,
need you
yeah.
to know that you can make it whether you got a man or not.
Amen.
Not to
Good
say I'm
job.
bitter though.
Good
I'm
job.
not bitter.
You just got to preach it like it is. Because again, somebody is us. They're living through us to say, man, I have these troubles. So that's why this show was so special to me.
Yeah, I love it.
For myself, I'm married, and then we had our first child. And then, our story was a little different because both of our parents passed away in the midst of us having a child. So we didn't have that village. Nah, we didn't have a village, and all we had was each other. So it kind of put us in you got to get ready today for today.
Yeah.
And then with pregnancy, for me, I was conquering my dream before I had my son, and then when I had my son, it stopped. So I was like, well, man, I still want to be an entertainer and yada yada, but motherhood comes first. Being a wife comes first. So there are a lot of firsts for me, but then again, we leave ourselves behind to take care of somebody else. So just a little bit, I know you guys kind of gave a tad bit, but what do you do career-wise? I know you're balancing, motherhood and being grandmas and such to that nature, but what do you do career-wise?
For me, I while I was raising my kids, I was working full time, and Shaunie B knows we've been friends for a long time. I put myself through school, so
Nice.
about 2 years ago, I finished college and I got my bachelor's degree in human
Let me give her an accolade because I know a lot of people
Congratulations.
they
High
stop.
five.
Yes, she was
Yeah.
giving you a high five right there.
Thank you.
I want to tell that because we don't give people their roses while they still can smile.
Exactly.
And she really worked her butt off, and she didn't let her circumstances of working and being, like she said, a mother. She didn't let it stop her. She finished school, and that's a big.
amazing.
And she's
That's
doing
a
a
big
career she
thing.
loves to do. She was doing a
Right.
job she had to do, but now she's doing a
Yes.
career she loves to do.
Yes,
Right.
and so I also
right.
want to say that I started late going to school, but I knew I wanted to finish, so I did that, and I actually work now with students with disabilities, trying to get them ready for integrated employment or go to post-secondary education. So my passion is helping the community and mostly students and youth. So I am superiorly blessed that I'm able to do that, because you know a lot of people go to college and they have a degree and they don't get to use their degree. So
Right.
I'm really lucky that I have an amazing job being able to do what I love.
What
So.
you love to do,
That's
it,
good.
it feels different.
It
And
does.
so, Keisha Simone, you mentioned that
Yes.
you do a few things on the entertainment side, like I
Yes.
said, acting, modeling, radio, and just a great person in general.
Thank you.
So, yeah, kind of give us what your career is or what you hope your career to be.
Currently, I am an insurance agent. I do work for an insurance company, and I also produce. I have a production company called Southern Bell Productions, which we put on events once a year, maybe twice a year, depending on how the time frame allows. But one thing that I also do is mentor. I mentor a lot of people that are in the business, and if you hear my radio station, you'll hear I always give the positive and every negative.
Right.
That's one thing that I always say, because the devil doesn't break into an empty house.
At all.
So when you're going through these storms, that's when you smile the best. That's when your smile should be the biggest.
Right.
Hold on
You
now.
know,
This
and
place
I
is
always-
offering playground.
You know, because I use my story. At 42 years old, I've had a lot of storms.
Come on, 42.
But
That's
at the
what I
end of
know.
the day, I still smile.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and like my 22-year-old, he rode the storms with me. My 7-year-old doesn't understand it, but I still smile, and I teach
Yes.
them that. So being an insurance agent, all the jobs that I have, from the production company to the radio to, you know, when I go and I sing at these events or I go and act on these things, I'm trying to see what is the relevance of it to help somebody. So that's what all I want to do is help, to where when I do leave this place, I am remembered.
Yes.
in a helpful place.
That is facts. I'm gonna have to pass this plate around because y'all get real deep in here. Our proceeds will go to me, but
Amen. Amen. And you deserve it. It's your platform.
hallelujah.
That's right.
Hallelujah. Devin, again, you kind of gave us a synopsis of your story, but what do you do career-wise?
I don't have a career. I have a job.
Ooh,
I
girl.
There's a difference. There is a difference.
Yeah, I'm just a medical biller right now.
Okay.
Fell in line and it happened. It's paying the bills.
Yeah, you have it.
But it's making it to where I'm able to put stuff to the side to do for what I want to do for my nonprofit, which is my passion and it will hopefully be my career. It's not that I don't ever want to work for another company.
Right.
It's just that I don't ever want to work doing something that I don't love doing. If I don't have a passion for it, like when I talk about my nonprofit, I cry. If I don't cry talking about your company, I shouldn't be there. I don't want to have that type of love for nothing that I'm not doing.
Preach.
I told you this plate gonna be heavy. So can you tell them about your nonprofit really quickly?
It is called BAU Ministries. Tagline for it is "In a World Full of Them, BAU." It's all about self-esteem, self-love, understanding that. Okay, I'm gonna cry. Don't judge me.
Oh Lord.
Girl, come
It's
on.
all about understanding that you were beautifully and wonderfully made, and regardless of what you go through, it may be hard, but it's your story and it's your testimony,
Hello.
and that is going to touch and bless others.
Yes.
See, you just said if you didn't cry, you didn't love it.
That's
And
real.
that's how I am. Like I try to do an intro video and I can't stop crying because
Girl.
I care so much
passion.
about it, because I want to touch so many people,
Right.
and I feel like if I can touch the youth, then I believe it or not, we take on a lot from our kids.
Yes.
Right.
So if my child starts saying really every 32 seconds, I'm gonna be saying really, and I don't even mean to. So let me send
Yeah.
something positive home with
That's
your
right.
kids, and let y'all adults start growing off of that too.
Right.
That's real.
Like
Mars.
teaching little girls, it's okay to look at another female and say you're beautiful, you're wonderful.
And it's
Like,
okay.
it's perfectly fine.
Yes.
My
Yes.
daughter says it all the time. Mommy,
Yeah.
I like her hair. Go tell her. Mommy, she's
Right.
pretty. Tell her. There's nothing wrong with
Nothing
that.
wrong.
You're right. You
Build
said
somebody
nothing
up.
With truth
Yes.
here. Well, I definitely wanted you to tell them what the nonprofit was, because it's very, it kind of goes with what we're talking about. Now, this is going to be my next question. When it came to the pregnancies, were your pregnancy something that you were planning, or was it something that happened?
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh,
No.
I need some water.
Well, I had my my first child at 17 years old.
Okay.
So yeah, it was definitely not planned. And then my second child was unplanned as well. They are blessings, unplanned blessings, but
right.
they were not planned. And you know, I gained 3 children through a previous marriage that I had. I was in for many years, so I helped raise them. So I have 3 bonus children.
Okay.
Yes, that's what I like to call them. So altogether, I have 5. But as far as the 2 that I gave birth
Pushed
to,
on down.
they were definitely unplanned.
Got you. Keisha, Simone, how about yourself?
My first, I guess you could say, was planned because I was with his father for a long time. You know, the house, the dog, and the white picket fence. You know,
Right.
when you're a little girl, you always think, we're going to have this, we're going to do it like this. Yeah. But with LJ, my baby boy, he wasn't. I was in the industry, thought I was fixing to be the biggest and the best, you know what I mean? And when I got pregnant with him, I got cut from the label. Everything was snatched.
Wow.
So that one was my anger. You know, and I was just like, I felt like it was my fault that I lost everything. But then God had to put me in a place to where you're waiting on somebody else to write a check. Now you have your own company to where you're writing the check.
Hey.
That's
So
it.
I didn't understand it, and my son is 7, and I really was really upset. Like I came to Texas with nothing, but I'm in California and I felt like I had everything.
Right. Wow.
So that one was not planned, my plan, but it was
Right.
his.
You better come on and preach.
That part.
All right, Devin, yourself.
That sound effect threw me.
That's my son.
I was 19 years old. I was an innocent child, so it was my very first time being sexually active. Huh?
I said, okay,
No,
keep
she
going.
didn't. Yeah, very first time. Didn't even like go through that whole process because it hurts. I was
Ouch.
like, yeah,
Right.
but I still got pregnant.
Ow.
Yeah.
It can
I
happen.
mean-
It just takes a few seconds, guys.
But you know what?
And
I
a
love
drop.
it because she made me grow up. Like
Yeah,
I know
right.
I was headed the wrong way when I started college. I knew I wasn't doing what I was supposed to
Right.
do. So me having her, and I have to grow up because ain't nobody gonna take care of my baby like I would.
That's
That's
right.
true. Man.
So it made me grow up
Yes.
immediately, and it's like not only did I have to grow up and be a woman, but I have to grow up and be a representative of what a woman should be
Yeah.
for this little
For this
woman that I'm
little
growing up. Because I don't want her to turn around and be 16 and pregnant. No
Right.
offense to anybody. Who
Yeah,
knows.
right.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I don't want her in that situation. I want her to have the best and be the best. So
Yeah, you want
I gotta
her
try to be
more.
a representative of that.
That's real.
I see y'all out here. I see y'all. I was the type that I was the opposite. I wasn't that girl that was like, "Oh, I gotta get married. I want to have a baby." Like I was already in my own lane to be a different type of success. When I met my match, when I met the person that I, fell in love with, all of that changed.
Right.
I gave myself a timeline. I said if I didn't have a baby by this time, then I didn't want a baby. But and God said pregnant, and it was my last year. But the last year I was saying this is the day that I'm going to do it. So, like you said, the baby's a blessing. I mean, it was one of those things, like Devin said as well. You grow up from that experience that you go through, and there's some challenging moments with motherhood because there's no manual.
Yes, God.
Yes, Lord.
They can tell you how to
Facts.
raise a baby, but you have to raise the
gotta
baby
raise
for
the
your
baby to know it.
circumstances.
Yes.
Right. So it's just a lot of things that my son has made me do differently since I've had him that I probably wouldn't have challenged myself to do without him.
Right.
So it is a blessing. I know, again, some of you guys may have some difficult situations, but like I tell people, just because you're married doesn't mean that they stay, because somebody can leave you and
At any
you
time.
at any time. So you
Been
still
there,
have to
done
be,
that.
you have to be your role model regardless of who's
real.
there.
Amen.
So that's, I really want to ask that question again. It's relatable for a lot of people because somebody's sitting there like, well, I ain't got those things, but it doesn't matter because our circumstances still change with those
At
scenarios.
any given moment.
Now, how would you say that motherhood changed your mentality? Like, how did it mature you or change your life? Finances, education, stuff like that.
Ooh, for me, like I said, I was 17 when I had my son, and I think we've all touched on that a little bit. They make you grow up.
They do. They
At
do.
the end of the day, nobody's gonna take care of you or your children like you do.
Like
you do.
So
Amen.
for mine, it's funny because he just turned 23. I think he turned 23 on the 21st. And I was real emotional, you know, that week because I was like, I cannot believe that my baby, who I had at 17, I was a baby, literally having a baby.
Yeah.
And we literally grew up together. And
yes.
so with him, he is my firstborn, but we grew up together. So all my struggles, everything I've been through, he knows what we've been through.
Right.
And so I think for, you know, when you have a child, you don't have a choice. Like, you have to just do what you have to do. We have to work 2-3 jobs. We have to make sure their roof is over their head. We have to make sure they have food. We have to make sure they have school clothes shopping. And for me, you know, a lot of people think a single mother is a single mother without someone in the household helping you raise your child, right? And you can be a single mother. I was in a marriage, but because they were my biological children, I had that obligation to take care of them. You know, it was me doing everything, and whatever he contributed, that was great. But I still felt at the end of the day, I was still like a single mother. I still tell people I was a single mother, you know, with 2 kids, young. And so, you know, that was a lot of my struggle too, is I was in a relationship that I'm out of now, but it was a difficult time for me because I have this man who's supposed to be my husband helping me raise kids, but I still feel like I was a single mother because they're mine. So they're my obligation to make sure that I need to do what I have to do. So no matter what the cost was, 2-3 jobs, you know, and then put myself through school, and the sacrifices that I made, and the softball games I missed, and all the things that I missed with them, you know, even now in my transition now, I feel guilty about a lot of that stuff. You know, was I there enough for them? Did I do the right thing? Are they upset at me because I missed all that stuff? But, you know, you just do what you have to do, and you do the best that you can. There is no manual to being a mom.
It sure
not.
You have to. You just have to do what you have to do.
That is true.
All right, Keisha, the same for you. How has it changed your mentality, matured you, changed your views of life, finances, and education?
Well, my kids are expensive.
Ooh,
They want everything. I always say Darian had it easy, my 23-year-old, because he had more of my village. You know what I mean? He had more of my father. He had more of my brother. You know, his father. I give him his props because he is around and still is around, even though Darian is older. Liston is a little bit different because his father's in California. So with that, it taught me how to save. It taught me the meaning of, if you don't have it, it's not a guarantee you're gonna go call somebody and get it.
Right.
You know, I have 2 different sons' father.
Right.
I have a business owner and a gangbanger. You know.
Oh, well, okay.
So Compton's finest and then Dallas elite. You probably see him in the magazine. Why did I go from the hills to the hood? Don't know. But anyway, the children are different. You know what I mean? And nowadays, everybody is on social media. Everybody's on, well, this person has it, so this person makes it look good. That's what I gotta have. You know, and I have to explain to him, because that person has it, you don't have to have it, but you gotta work hard to get it.
Right.
Because if you don't work, you don't eat. My daddy always say that, and I still live by that. You know what I'm saying? May he rest in peace. And also, it's this artist that I always listen to. His name is G Child. He has a song called Grind and Sacrifice. You have to sacrifice a lot.
That's my jam. It's in my playlist.
I listen to him all the time, and I did an interview with him, and his story was so deep, it made me feel like, okay, we can do this, because sometimes as a mother, we feel like we want to give up. You feel like you want to throw in the towel. You feel like, okay, God, why am I going through this? I'm not a bad person, because I'm not going to sit up here and say that. I can't speak for you guys, but I'll be like, God, what I do?
Right.
Who I do it to?
Yeah.
God, who mad at me?
Yeah.
You know? And you get to the point to where you second guess everything. Because it's like, why I get pregnant if I wasn't supposed to?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like,
blessing?
I have this child and I know how I like to live. I like to live very nice, and not saying that money. You know, I just want a hamburger when it's not payday. You know, I want to go to the movies when I ain't waiting on income tax. You know what I'm saying? What if I want to go buy a television or something like that, but I got to wait and add all these together because I have this child that needs daycare paid for, or milk or diapers or something to that nature that's depending on me.
Right.
But then it's like he's scotch free.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I go back to the Father because I'm big on faith. And he said, you don't look at them, you look at me. And that's what got me going and got me through a lot of times, because even with my speaking, I may go home and have $2 in my bank account, but then I pay tithes and I'm like, God, I know you got this. So that's what helps.
Well, you better come through. Devin, yourself, how has motherhood changed your mentality on the view of life, finances, and education?
Education wise, it definitely made me honor it. Like, when I started college, I didn't really care what I was doing. I was like, I just want to be a nurse, because that's what was.
Is that how you said it?
Just like that. Just like that.
Effortlessly.
Because it was the thing that everybody was talking about. Oh, it's a big push for nurses right now, and you'll make that money. And I was like, it took me going through it and getting pregnant and realizing, okay, I can't depend on that later. I got to do something now because I'm having a kid and I'm her support system. So I was like, I don't want that. And then I realized if you don't have a passion for being a nurse, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but more than anything, I think, like I said, it grew me up, but it strengthened my faith. Like, there have been times where I ain't had no food, lights cut off. I mean, I literally lost a man, an apartment, a job, and then almost lost my car all in the same month in Thanksgiving, like around Thanksgiving. It was bad. But in those moments, it taught me, well, yeah, it's hard, but if you sit around and you cry about it, it's not fixing nothing. Go to God first, and then any door that I need open, He gonna open for me.
Right.
And He has done that time and time again. So now when bills get bad and I be like, oh, like people be like, why are you? Shouldn't you be crying? Shouldn't you be emotional? No, my God done showed me He gonna do it. He's done it 1,000 times before. So why wouldn't He do it this time?
Exactly.
As long as I'm praising Him and doing what I'm supposed to be and walking in what He has for me, I'll be okay, and my daughter will be okay.
Y'all better bring this word. They don't know if they at church or at Shaunie's world.
It's Sunday. It's Sunday. We just came from it. Sorry.
Hey.
No, this is every day.
It is.
Yes.
This ain't just today.
How has it changed my mentality? I will say when I first had my son, it was a stop in everything. Because it's just my husband and I. So I know a lot of people have, like you said, those backbones. You can have peace of mind, date night and all that. We don't have that. But for finances, it became really, really tough to juggle that the things I love to do, what I have to do, what I should do, and it was never an equal balance because it was always that wrench that was thrown in. I was juggling taking care of my household, trying to balance my mother's household, take care of a disability brother, a brother that has a disability, and then I had already graduated college, so it wasn't even an educational thing, but it was just, life just kept happening, and nothing's ever stopped. And I know a lot of people look at us and they're like, oh my God, I always see her doing this. And we don't have the type of money y'all think we have.
Hello. Please repeat that.
We don't have
And the
the
church
money
say amen.
that you think we have. We're doing what we love to do, but it's at an expense to us.
Exactly.
So when you say,
Sacrifice.
why are you going so hard? Because I got to eat, my baby got to eat.
Yes.
We got to be structured to where we can still make it. So I think with my son, like I said, if I didn't have him, I probably would still be sitting at that old dead-end job that I was doing, just going through it because it was easy money.
Right.
And then I would have never just pushed myself to say, you know what, it's either now or never.
Right.
So
Right.
the babies, again, they don't come with a manual. You're never ready. You're stressed out. You're going to go through your moments of depression. It's going to be heavy, but you got to make that 30 minutes that you get to yourself the best 30 minutes of your life.
That me time.
Yes, you got to have that me times, ladies. I know you want to wear all these hats because single or not, you still wear multiple hats.
You do.
And it's tough. You just have to find that me time. Just even
Right.
if it's writing in your journal, singing to yourself, listen to music, cleaning, take yourself out and just be loved by yourself. Because ain't nobody going to love you. Because this motherhood thing, it's been several days. I'm about to, if it wasn't for tax season, baby would have been gone.
Oh, well, enjoy that because I don't get that.
Oh, no
anymore.
more.
I earned income
I
credit.
know.
My babies are grown, so I don't get it.
You
Earned
lost
income
it,
credit.
yeah.
I missed those.
I'm holding on. So do you guys plan on having any more kids?
No. It's funny because I say no.
Yeah.
But I had 2 kids, and like Keisha, both my children have different fathers.
Right.
So I never had that where you was in a good relationship and he was catering to you while you were pregnant and he supported you at the hospital. And, when you're in love and married, I never experienced that. So I say no, but if I met the right man, the man that God has for me, and he sent him to me,
Yeah.
and if it was in my cards, then maybe I would have another one.
You'll throw that ass in a
But I
circle.
don't know, that'd be kind of weird because my grandbabies are, I mean, whatever.
You real good.
But
Wow.
I have to say,
It's still up in the
you know
air.
what? Yeah.
Okay. It's hopeful.
You can't never say no because you don't know.
you don't know.
what God has
Watch
in store for you. So.
Oh, she said, what?
She said, watch me.
All right, Keisha. Do you want to have any more kids? She
Well,
said,
you
watch.
still have a
I
little
think
one.
her laugh
Yeah, he's
gave us the
technically
answer.
7.
So you're going to say no.
Asked and answered.
No.
What language you want it in? Height? Japanese?
eh,
No.
no.
English?
My fan base is
my
pretty
my thing
extensive.
is because children require a lot. And I know what I'm limited in and what I can and what I cannot do. I'm forced to do it because LJ's already here.
You're right.
But to bring another child in right now with the time frame that I have, that child wouldn't get no time. You know, and I'm just being honest. I'm not saying I'm a bad mother, but even if I had that better half, because I did have my first son's father, shouts out to Fuji, he was that nurturer, that this, that oh I'm there, oh I'm this, but he was a cheater. So it doesn't balance. When you take care and you pamper me in the house, but you pamper somebody else's house too.
Yeah, no.
That don't work. That don't match. That don't mix. But then we have, you know, my second son, I can't even talk. My second son's father, which was the hardcore, and he was this, and he was a provider, he was faithful, he was a gangbanger. So it was just like it's just like you can't get them all in the same one person. You know, and I'm not a cheater, so I don't want to have this man for this and this man for that. And so I'm just like, you know what, I'm good.
Right.
And then now men are thinking like women, they want you to take care of them. When I have a child, I'm not going to take care of you. You know, because since I've been in Dallas, no disrespect to Dallas, but it's just, they either think I'm younger, I'm little mama, and I have a 7-year-old, so I'm a lot older, or what you got, where you live, can I drive your car,
Never.
So maybe my experience, because when you're public figures, which we all are, they do think you have more than what you have. So they get complacent and thinking they can come at you a certain kind of way. And I'm mean. You know, I get to that point to where I'm real nice. But so it'll have to be a blessing from God himself to have a man to come in and make me think I want a child.
Yeah.
Because I had two that I was talking to before, not at the same time, that didn't have any children, and I was Shaunie,
You a player.
No. But they didn't have children, and I ended the relationships because of that. I don't want to take away something that I know I don't want, and I know you never had.
You better bring it.
You know, so for me, no.
Okay, Devin, would you want to have another baby?
So when I first had Mimi, I swore I was gonna have 5 more.
Girl.
My grandmother had 6 kids. I never knew her, but that was my only connection. I was like, you know what, I could do that just like her.
That thing would have been whistling.
That was back in 2007.
Okay.
3 more years later, I'm just waiting on God. We're gonna see what He got for me. I would like another baby. I want twin boys, and then I'd be done.
Girl.
I don't know.
That's precious.
But you know, you can't like put in an order.
can't.
I can't like put it on the vending machine like, boop, let me get them twin boys. So
It's coming.
like, I'll just let the baby happen whenever it happens. I mean, I feel like God has a different plan for me right now. Like maybe He wants me to get to a certain level before that, and I'm all for it. I'm here.
Well, I'm gonna be a child baby shower.
We know your answer, Shaunie.
Hello. This
I got y'all. Here about produce y'all showers.
Let me tell you something. I got my son, and I'm happy. I don't want any more kids.
We need a girl.
I got a
We need a
dog.
girl.
I got a dog. She's a
We
girl.
need a little Shaunie
need a
bee,
girl
so
human.
I can dress her up in all pink.
You can
and
dress
diamond.
me up. I can't do it. I ain't got the patience to do it. He cute and everything. He nice and everything. He real sweet and smart, but I can't do that again. Not if it's coming out of me. Now, I wouldn't even mind adopting a kid though. I wouldn't mind
that would be
being
nice.
adopted mother or something like that, but I don't know because I got to get them when they newborn because these kids, these can be bad.
Yeah, attitudes formed at 3.
Right. So for me, it's a no. It's just so many complications that came with my pregnancy that it just scared me from wanting to do it again. So the pullout game is real at that house. Either
Wait
or.
a minute.
If I had a chance now, because you know I am 21 in my mind.
In your mind.
In my mind, I would say that I would have had, if I would have known the concentration level that I would have to have now, I would have my baby as a teen because then I could have still be kicking it. He would be out the house right now. But that's just me being selfish.
But Valerie don't play that.
Hey, that's her business. All right, so let's see here. What advice would you give, if you could, to somebody that's either thinking about having a child or it's just an expectation they should or would in the future have a child?
Well, I would say one thing that I would like to make sure everybody understand it. For me right now, I trouble with, did I spend enough time with them? All the sacrifices that I made. So my advice would be cherish every single moment that you have with your babies, because I feel like I literally blinked and my babies are grown adults having kids.
Yeah,
now. And I literally will just cry some days and be like, where did my babies go?
Right.
So it's so cliche. You hear everybody say, oh, you know, cherish your babies. No, I'm serious.
Yeah,
Like,
you have
spend
to.
every single moment that you have with them. Take their snuggles, take their cuddling, take their kisses. When they want to go to the movies, take them to the movies. I know you might be tired, sitting on the couch, want to watch a show.
Make it happen.
Get up and take them to the movies because I miss that. You know, I'm lucky if I see my babies once a week. My daughter, she checks on me every single day. She's expecting her baby any day now. But yeah, cherish your babies. Like, just spend every moment you can with them.
And what advice would you give to somebody planning on having a baby?
Make sure you're ready for a baby.
Wait for the baby?
No, make sure you're ready.
Oh, ready, yes.
It comes with, like you said, it doesn't come with a manual, but it does come with requirements to be a good mother. Everybody can have a child, but are you ready to be a mother? Because it's a big difference. And I say this because even when you're mentoring people, you can only say so many words, but those actions will show. And are you ready to get up in the middle of the night? Those days and nights are mixed up when they come. So while you sleeping and you pregnant and when they come here, you can't do that. You know what I mean? And for me, to piggyback what you were saying, those moments are precious because I had just got in the entertainment business with my oldest son, which is 22. He's serving the Army now, and I wish he was here to hug me. I wish he was here to kiss me because he's serving our country, and I'm proud of him. But when he was 7, like LJ, I was in the entertainment. So he lived with his dad here in Dallas, and I lived in California. So that was kind of an adjustment for me, and that's why I keep LJ on the wayside. When I can take him, I take him. If I get games, shows at school, whatever, I do everything because I feel like I owe that. Because I didn't get to do that with Darian. So make sure you're ready to be a mother. Make sure that your mental status is there, not your money. Because your money can buy a nanny. Make sure you're ready.
There you have it, Devin. Come on through.
Standing in as the preacher, the evangelist on this take.
Come on.
Amen and amen.
No, more than anything, I would just say trust God for it. Like I say, I want a baby. I do. But, I mean, if I wanted to make a baby, I could go make a baby right now.
Girl, you nasty.
But I feel like that ain't what God has for me yet. And I feel like if it was meant to be and God was like, you having a baby now, it would happen now. And I'm not finna force something and work in my own plan when I know God got a better plan. So I would just say trust God and go by what he has, because like I said, when I had my baby, I wasn't ready. Like you said, I wasn't ready, and I still feel cheated. I ain't get to go out in clubs. I didn't get to be a thought pocket or none of that. I might have wanted to be, but that opportunity was ripped from me by this. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't want. I didn't want. I mean, I'm left wishing that I had that opportunity. And it's kind of like, I hate to say that.
You just been
honest. But I mean, like I'm left wishing I had that because I was doing something I had no business doing. But had I had done what God wanted me to do, then I'd be where God wanted me, where he's going to put me. I would have been there now. Versus having to wait because I got derailed because I was trying to run my own thing.
Right.
All it takes is that one little splash and you're done. You're done. What would I give for this advice to somebody wanting to have a child? There is no manual. I'm going to stress that again. Your mama might have did this one way. Your grandma might have did it this way. It's not going to work. The times are changing.
The children are different.
The financial state of being is different. The money that was back in the early 80s is not the same money now.
It's not.
They're not paying people, so you're making ends meet with a little bit of money.
Nothing.
You just have to make sure the person you're having kids with, you're never going to know if they're a good parent or not. I mean, they could be there at the beginning of the pregnancy, and then when the baby come out, they gone. Or there's no level of matureness that you can have. You just have to start, hit the ground running, and just build from there. I will tell you, ladies, that postpartum is real, and nobody touches on it. They try to avoid it. It can hit you. It can hit me. It can hit anybody. You just have to realize with pregnancy that comes with it. So if you're not strong enough, you're already broken. Then having a baby could break you even more. And like you said, days and nights get mixed up. You have to be the doctor. You have to be the nurse. You have to be the teacher. You have to be so many hats that you lose yourself. I lost myself, and I know a lot of people think I be joking, but no, I try to tell people this message. I lost myself even though I have a full family. It just is one of those voids that you have to get up out of. So I don't think it had anything to do with me, lose my mother or anything. I just think I put too much into just having that portrait picture. And you lose yourself, so you just got to regain it. So when you see us out here posting that we're happy, like that post, because we've grown.
That's real happy.
It took a long time to get that smile.
Baby, it took a lot.
I just got through crying, wiping my makeup, putting it back on to post, and you don't like it, but you looking at it.
It's a lot, man. It's a lot that goes into motherhood, and then, like you said, sometimes you may have a stand-up father or not.
Right.
And it just depends on how the dice roll. So if you're planning to have a child, you don't know when it's going to be that time where the baby's coming up, but you just have to prepare your mentality to be mature enough that when it happens, life is going to stop. You can't be out here still being a kid raising a kid. So that would be my advice to you. Hopefully you you can look at positive figures like us and see that it's not the end of the road when you have a baby. Like it really is a blessing. I promise you. Especially around like February when you put in when you put one dependent. I can't wait to February, but that's neither here nor there. I don't want you to look at your children as dollar signs, but I do set up my deposit differently in January. I have that difficult conversation with my husband. No, you're not carrying him. I have that every year. It is what it is. K Boogie, can you get my altar call ready? You know, ladies, I told you there's a portion of the show where we play some gospel music. Somebody wrote in a question, and it gears towards what we're talking about today. So I'm going to change my voice right about now. My husband is 26 and I'm 24. We've been married for almost 2 years. We have a baby. Today is my first day back from maternity leave, and my husband was not happy about it. He wants me to be a housewife, but I told him no. I feel sad about leaving my baby, but I love my job. I feel like I would lose myself being home all day long. And I was getting ready this morning and my husband came in and watched me for a while. I felt like he was glaring at me, so I asked him if he had something to say. He told me to just take your dress off. I told him, I gotta leave. And he told me again, take your dress off. And I said no. And then all of a sudden he grabbed me by my arm and pushed me on the bed. He started to push my dress up, and I tried to push his hands away, but he caught my wrist and said, relax, don't make me hurt you. I said nothing, and I just let him have what he wanted. I felt kind of scared, so I started to cry a little bit, but he just covered my mouth. Then he got up and told me, have fun at work. So I called in sick because I felt terrible. I don't think he raped me, but I don't like to use that word, but he made me feel horrible. So my husband has changed ever since I got pregnant, and he's a lot less calm, but I just don't understand. I wish I could he wants me to be a stay-at-home, but I just don't feel happy. I would be miserable. I'm just confused, Shaunie B. Can you help me? Because I'm also very hurt. Now this one, Deborah, I wanted to read because I'm sure this is the mentality of some people when babies come about. So do you have any advice to help her? Do you think that she got raped? Let's start there.
I think if she did not want to be in that position and didn't want it, then yeah, it could be rape. It could be considered rape. If she didn't want to do it at that moment, husband or not,
Right.
then that was her right, and I would say yes.
So what about the part about her wanting to find herself? Because the job made her feel at ease, but he wanted her to just have his baby and stay at home.
You know, I think that's a hard topic because what I would tell her is if that's truly how she feels, she doesn't want to be a stay-at-home mom, and being a stay-at-home mom is not going to make her happy, then she needs to push through and she needs to go back to work. Where if some women would love to be a stay-at-home mom. I've never had that luxury, so I say all the time that I would love to be a stay-at-home mom. But if that's not what she wants for herself, then she needs to stand her ground and hopefully have a conversation with her husband, and he needs to support her in that, because that could turn into something very negative for her if she does his wish versus hers.
Keisha Simone, do you have anything for this anonymous writer?
Just a little bit. Stand your ground. When you're getting to the point to where you're getting wrapped up into your work, your husband, your baby, your this, and nothing against children, because I got wrapped up into mine, but you got to keep your self-identity, you know, and if you feel like I don't agree with the rape, this is just Keisha Simone, because a husband, to me, you can close your legs just like you can open them. You know, now if it was somebody you didn't know, that would be different. But then, and it can happen. I'm not saying it can't happen, because men can be forceful, and I know the strength of a man is different. But it's a situation to where he didn't force it. From the letter, it wasn't a force to my ears.
Right.
But in that situation, you still got to keep your own identity, no matter what. If you're working or if you're a stay-at-home mom, because I've been both. But even when I was a stay-at-home mom, I built Southern Belle Productions.
Right.
So it's all about the woman and what her drive is and what is force behind her drive. So don't lose yourself would be no matter what you're clocking into, because I clocked into a job 4 years and I lost myself.
Yeah.
I lost myself at the job. Hello. But there was Keisha Simone that brought it back to say, I'm not going to lose myself no matter where I am or who I'm with or who I'm, can we cuss? No?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Before who I'm dealing with. So it doesn't matter with that. And you can't rate me unless it's a hostile situation if I don't let you and you're my husband or you're my spouse or I'm laying with you. Because
Right.
if that's the case, then I rate my husband. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to take it sometime too. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's getting up there. You know, but that just goes back to what I'm saying as far as your mentality and where your thinking process is. And I think mine's are different because of being on the West Coast and seeing so many things and going through so many things. My mentality is different than just, you know, and all of us being in an entertainment business alone, our mentality is different.
Right.
So that would be my answer. Just stay your ground no matter what. You could be a stay-at-home mom, start your business while you're there.
Should be true. And then Devin, what do you have for this anonymous writer?
One, I do feel like she was right. Like,
Okay.
I feel like anytime something is, it's just like if you walk into my house and you take my TV. I didn't give you my TV, even though you got
Husband
my
or not.
TV. You know
Husband
what I'm
or
saying?
not.
Yeah, I don't care who it is. It's inappropriate. It shouldn't have
That's fair.
happened, and you shouldn't brush it off like it was nothing. But Jesus, it destroyed my soul.
It did. I didn't want to.
It bothered
That was
me,
a lot,
but my thing, and this doesn't really help her much, but I think that younger women need to hear that stuff because that's
True.
a conversation that's not had.
Yeah,
like
that's
with
true.
dudes
It
that
doesn't
we
come
date,
out a lot.
nobody is sitting down and saying, "Hey, baby, what do you want to do in the future? Do
Right.
you plan to work?" I know I'm not going to be a stay-at-home mom.
Right.
I may not work full time, but I'm always going to be doing something.
Right.
But what you can't expect me to do is give up all of my time and every piece of me to my child because I still want to be an individual. I'm not Michaela's
Right.
mom. I'm Devin Tony,
That's
and I will
right.
continue to be Devin Tony.
Right.
Right.
So, like you
Right.
were saying, stand your ground and let
No
it be
matter
known
what.
if this is what you want to do. That's what you
Yeah.
want to do. Your husband has two options: accept
Support
it
it,
or get
right.
gone. Like.
Yeah.
Cause these days, if he decide he don't want to dance and he decides to leave, you still gonna make it. You'll be
Right,
okay.
right.
God is
Because
gonna
you
keep
got
you
your own
covered.
establishment.
Right.
That's
God
right.
take care of His children. You will be covered and you will be
We'll be
taken
fine.
care of.
Yep. That's true.
Whew. I knew this story right here would be kind of difficult to read, but
Yeah.
you have to touch it because
Yeah.
you have to touch on every type of scenario because somebody's going through that storm.
That's true.
I don't think she's 24, he's 26. Sometimes older men, and he's not that much older than her, but they have a just control mentality,
Yeah,
right?
they do.
They
Absolutely.
own you, and
Yeah,
you're supposed to
absolutely.
do what
It
they
is
want to
kind
do.
of
Absolutely.
control.
It
Now,
is.
I can understand
Definitely
being
does.
submissive,
Yeah.
but
Right.
you
It's
were
different.
controlling. You covered her mouth and you snatched her clothes off, and she said she didn't want it.
Right.
Oh.
You didn't care how
Oh,
it made her
boy.
feel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That boy.
So it's sad that this is your husband because if this is his way of thinking, now I'm kind of nervous for the child y'all have.
Yeah, because he's gonna be difficult.
That's a lot of control going on under that roof. But just like Keisha Simone said, you might have to challenge yourself and channel your inner you to figure out if you're good at something that you can work from home. I know I couldn't work from home because the energy that I have, it can't be under one roof.
That's
Right.
So like Devin mentioned, you have to have these conversations with your people, whether you're married, dating, or just
true.
swinging, because a lot of people swinging.
Okay.
They are.
There's so much going on
It
right
is.
now.
Everybody's sexuality is open.
Yes.
But you need to have that. What are your future goals? What's your 5-year plan? If we had a baby, what would you be
Yes.
sacrificing?
Yes.
Right.
Do we want to do this? Are we going to have open marriage? You need to
Absolutely.
have these difficult conversations
Absolutely.
because in his mind, the way he's treating you is probably how his father treated his mother.
mother.
That
Right.
part.
And it's an
Exactly.
unbreaking cycle. So I'm sorry, ma'am, that happened to you. You may need to express that you felt that way because you missed work because you were supposed to go in.
Yes.
And you said you
Right.
called off. So if it got that
Definitely don't
bad
miss
to where
your
you
money.
lied about, how you
Right.
felt, and you still showing everybody else on the outside that y'all have a happy home, you crying on the inside, you lost yourself. Not only with your work,
It's been gone.
as your wife, as a wife, and as a parent.
Yeah.
And this, again, it's not, she said 2 years, so she could be still going through postpartum to why she didn't
That's
want to
true.
have sex.
Yeah.
But men, you got to get outside of your head.
And can I say something
yes.
when you finish?
Oh, yes. Okay. You got to get outside of your head, men. To carry a baby is that's a lot.
It is.
So you need to roll that red carpet out for that woman, your
All
queen,
day.
and pick her up and put her on a
Yes.
pedestal, because until you have a baby, you don't know what we
What
go
that
through.
Come on now.
So don't be
Real.
selfish. She didn't want to give you none, but you should have asked her,
Yes.
baby, you feel like doing it today? She might have rode that thing like a motorbike.
That's
But,
real.
but you took it from her, and you don't know
Right.
what this brought. This might have triggered something. She could have been raped before in life, and this
Yes.
brought back a flashback.
Thank you.
Right.
That's
So
true.
I just feel that y'all need to have that heart to heart.
Yes.
And you guys need to know what y'all expectations are for y'all marriage, because this marriage is supposed to be for forever. It ain't forever. I tell people it could change. People
At
change.
any time.
But right now you making her feel like she's alone, and that's the worst place to be in a marriage.
That's true.
Keisha, Simone, you said you had something else to say?
Yes, because when you spoke up on that and you reread that, maybe I missed that part. I'm
Yeah,
not
he's-
sure, because when you said the cover the mouth part and things of that nature, that detail part,
Yes.
that's something that I missed.
Yeah, he took her
So-
dress off and put his hands over her mouth and grabbed her arms and
Okay.
said,
I definitely didn't hear
Yeah,
that part
he
in
said,
the
"Don't-"
elaboration. I wanna first of all apologize to you if you're listening right now, because that is a formal rape. I wanna change my answer and update that information as far as that is concerned, because when you're taking something like you said, and like you said, I didn't hear that part. So let me say that, because I don't have a problem being wrong or correcting myself. That is something that you never want to take anything, because if you're my spouse and you just ask me, maybe I will, like Shaunie said, I will give it to you. But you can't, that's not cool. That's not cool. I
Yeah.
just want to say that, Shaunie.
yeah,
Because I didn't hear that part. I didn't hear those details.
We'll ride that thing like a motorbike, but it has to be a permissive use for this
For
ride.
sure.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta spin around on it. But anyway,
Surfboard.
you can kill the music. You can kill the music.
All over the gospel.
I know. We still encouraging ourselves.
Listen, God know me. You know what I'm saying? He know me. He made me. So now,
That's real.
the words of encouragement, man. I know a lot of people go through some challenges in their life, but you need to start hanging with like-minded people like yourself.
Yes.
I'm not
Preach.
telling you to stop being your friend's friend, but if they're not there with a wide open mind for change, you need to push them to the side and get with those people that are succeeding or want to succeed, or you're going to constantly be in that negative
Seriously.
environment.
Same circle.
I tell you
Right.
guys that every single day, and I mean it, because people sometimes are in your life for seasons
Very
and
true.
reasons. So I want each one of you guys, if you have something going on positive in your life, if you have any events or whatever, definitely plug those. Other than that, if you want to share your social media, you can. But go ahead and do your thing, Deborah, on the mic.
Well, I don't really have any,
It's
I
fine.
mean, I don't
You got a
have
grandbaby.
Come on.
Yeah, I don't have time to do nothing.
Okay.
We're
But
going to
no,
steal
yeah.
you, take you with us.
Yes. Okay. I appreciate you, Deborah, coming. Like when I was pregnant, she fed me every single
Yes.
day. Like my pregnancy was the
I had to feed
bomb.
my baby.
Yeah.
I know that's right. Now that's a real friend.
Yeah,
That's
every
real.
When
day.
y'all see
Yes.
people that I fool with, you may not see me with them every day, but you better understand these are sisters from another mister.
That's right.
Keisha
Yeah.
Simone, plug yourself, man.
Yes, this is Keisha Simone, Southern Belle. I have Southern Belle Radio every Thursday from 1 to 3 on DFWIRadio.com. I interview a lot of different celebrities, a lot of different events that's going on. I also have Southern Belle Productions that I produce events, and this is my latest event. I don't know if you guys can see it. Showing it on the camera.
Hey, Boogie gonna say
Oh,
scoot it up some.
Scoot it up some. Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's basically called Elegant with the Hustle Mentality. I'm honoring women. Shaunie B will be honored. She's one of the women that will be honored. And the reason I'm coming up with this, because one thing this world does not do is honor women enough.
Right.
The things that we do in front of the scene, behind the scene, as far as being a mother. We could be your pastor, your mother, your best friend, your mentor, in all one sentence. And people don't give women, I don't think, I say Keisha Simone because I don't want nobody saying she said.
Right.
Because they do that and they'll be all on the page.
I agree with you.
You know what I'm saying? And I want to honor women, because one thing about it is it was a woman that had me. And the thing about it is the woman that raised me, my grandmother, all them, the pioneers, the women that are around me, we straighten our crowns.
Yes.
Okay.
So I want to crown them and honor, and I hope you guys get to make it. It's only $15 at the door or $10 on eventbrite.com. Come out if you can.
When they go to eventbrite.com, what
Yes.
do they type in?
Elegant with a hustle mentality.
I like to tell everybody, just in case nobody's done,
Yes.
eventbrite.com. Okay.
Yes, just searching for it and it'll show up. It's in Dallas at the Dallas Hilton Garden. I always say the name wrong. Is it the Garden Hilton or the Hilton
I
Garden?
can't afford that hotel, so I
And-
don't know.
But we are giving a lot of gifts away. So you come, as soon as you pay, you get a raffle ticket. And when I tell you gifts, my stylists are giving gifts. We're not talking about no piece of candy or piece of paper. I want to keep some of it. So, but yes, it's at the Cardinals next door to the Anatole. It's a very nice hotel. They're rolling out the red carpet, and it will be red carpet to take pictures all on me. Come on out.
Okay. Kevin, yes,
I'm
this you?
sorry.
Come on, the
Oh
minister.
no. Honestly, I don't have anything going besides trying to build this nonprofit.
Right.
And I mean,
Nice.
I'm looking for any contacts, anyone who wants to help. I would like to build a staff or a crew so that I can get things going, because I also don't want it to be something that's only based in Dallas. Even though I'm here, I want to go all over the place, because like my mom lives in a small country town, and the kids don't have anything else there. Let me give you another option, something positive that you can go to, and I want to incorporate everything, whether it's school studies or electives. Anything that you're interested in, let me incorporate a little bit of God in there, because Jesus got to touch you right there, reach on down and grab you. But I just want to instill some positivity in kids any and everywhere.
Okay, we might have something for you. We all know people in high places, so we might move some planets for you for a small fee.
No, we're gonna have to go and make that happen, girl. We gotta make that happen.
So you guys know you're locked in with KMWI-media.com. So y'all make sure y'all show us some love. We got 18 shows here to entertain you. So make sure 7 days a week we're doing it big here. Now for myself, Shaunie B, you can catch my website information, ShaunieBEntertainment.com. You can get all the shirts and all of that stuff there. Facebook, catch me, man. I got a promotion. So my Shaunie's World in the car goes live around 1:50 p.m. Central Standard Time. And my YouTube channel is jumping like double Dutch. So make sure you guys subscribe and check your notifications for that. And if you have Instagram, Shaunie_B_entertainment. Too many ways to support for the free.
That's right.
I'm telling you guys that. So I want to thank each and every one of you guys. Y'all hold a special place in my heart.
Thank you for having
Shout out to my engineer holding it down.
Yes.
Man, y'all be easy. Don't be breezy. And remember, if you're cool with your girl,
Fool with your girl.